A few weeks ago, Dr. Ray Kurzweil addressed a private audience at Singularity University. He gave an impromptu update about all things large language models, including Google Palm, but he also gave an update about brain-machine interfaces like Neuralink.
Will actually begin to merge with that. It won't just be us versus computers. We'll actually put them really inside our minds. We'll be able to connect to the cloud. I mean, consider your cell phone. It wouldn't be very smart if it didn't connect to the cloud. Most of its intelligence is constantly getting from the cloud. And we'll do the same thing with our brains. We'll be able to think that much more deeply by basically amplifying our ability to do intelligent type processing directly with the cloud. And so our thinking then will be a hybrid of our natural thinking and the thinking in the cloud, but the cloud will amplify.
There are already several different companies that are looking at brain-machine interfaces. These are electronic connections between our brain and artificial intelligence. So it's amplifying our intelligence. Today I wanted to look at the Neuralink concept. Neuralink is quite a few years old now, and the video I'm going to show is from 2019. And back then, 3 years ago, Elon hired a design studio called Card79. They're very famous for coming up with futuristic thinking and forecasts. They have offices in Vancouver and San Francisco. They designed a brain-machine interface concept for Neuralink that focused on a balance between comfort, discreteness, and ease of use. Now, to help with this spec, they looked at different ear shapes, finding a design for the pill that would be a universal fit. They explored completely hidden brain-machine interfaces, as well as very small indicators that someone was actually wearing a brain-machine interface, like these different examples of over-the-ear designs. The final design shown here fits behind the ear and acts as an interface between your brain and the cloud. The design studio also provided some examples of use. They said, first, it can allow you to prompt your internal AI with questions or data queries, and as a result, the system would make you feel like you have superhuman intelligence. Because of the speed that brain-computer interfaces enable, it would look like you didn't use a computer to search for a fact, but just knew what 2,324 multiplied by 8 is, what is the capital of Uruguay, etc. Also, BCI would make your everyday life and navigation easier, as a lot of services like Maps, Yelp, recommendations, and weather could be accessed without looking at your phone or computer. Card79 also developed a private concept directly for Neuralink. They didn't release the video very loudly. I think it's only got a few hundred views, but I thought I'd go deep inside their concept and show what they actually developed by way of how Neuralink, how brain-machine interfaces, and this is a copy of it here, would actually work in day-to-day life. The video is called A Day in the Mind, and it follows a man through a regular day as he interacts with his personal AI named Eva via his brain-machine interface.
Morning, Eva. Show all personal notifications and today's top stories, please.
This part of the video is very important. The man has complete control over his BMI. In fact, there's an encrypted connection between his brain interface and the outside world that he turns on and off using his cell phone or a device. In this instance, we'll find different ways of doing that. The operating system, Head OS, is showing an encrypted connection between AI and brain.
Good morning, Vance. It is 8:23, Monday, June 11th, 2046.
Now, there's no way that this technology would take that long to enter our lives. In an interview with the ABC last month, I noted that I'm already seeing the beginnings of artificial general intelligence right now in 2022. A few weeks ago, Elon Musk also commented that Neuralink will even be able to perform advanced processing in the brain, including being able to cancel out ringing in the ears, like tinnitus, before the year 2027.
You have 13 new thought messages. I've also put together your curated news for the day.
Hey Eva, how did I sleep last night?
Looks like you got 6 hours and 40 minutes of sleep. That's 14% less than last week's average. Studies show that having a cooler temperature could help give you better sleep. Would you like me to adjust your bedroom temperature this evening?
Yeah, let's try that.
Setting bedroom temperature to 70 degrees Fahrenheit for this evening. Breaking news from ESPN. Giants shortstop Chris Popik has been traded to the Yankees for outfielder Felipe Nunez. You have an incoming message from Brian. Janice wants to chat with you. Layla sent you an invitation for an event happening next
Eva,
weekend.
silence all notifications except phone calls and messages until 11:30.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
Do not disturb mode will be mandatory. It will be so important, and we'll find new ways of engaging this. Besides the phone, there might be some thought or some click that we can put in place to make sure that notifications are off.
Preset 67. Upper region 20%. Eyes preset 23. Dirty blonde eyebrows preset 30 9. Blonde base template hair preset 20%. Increase grow. Hairline flat. Coin ear template increase 20%. Concave 2 degrees. Base mouth round rectangle. Skinny crescent number 2. Jawline beard template 1. Zoom out full body.
Vance, ready for export?
Looks good, Eva. Send this to the team for review.
Sharing with team now.
Thank you, Eva.
This part's a little clumsy. Perhaps jobs won't even exist as we know them, but you get the idea. Remember that BMIs probably won't be a voice in your head. This is not auditory, but instead it'll be an immediate thought, a realization.
Preheat oven to 400 degrees. Take 1 small zucchini and slice into 1/2 inch pieces.
Yo, man, what's going on?
Dude, nothing much. Just been working a ton on this like crazy.
Take 1 small squash.
But, almost done. About to leave work right now. What are you up to? What are you doing?
Nice, man. I am at home cooking some ratatouille.
Okay, fancy man with the ratatouille. I like that. Dude, actually, so I'm coming into town this weekend. What are you doing?
Oh, nice. I don't know. Let me check.
You have a dinner date with Brianna on Sunday, but free all day Saturday.
Well, Saturday night's free.
Ooh, okay, Saturday night. You know where we're going then? The bitter end. You down?
The bitter end? Dude, you're buying.
You always get me with that. All right, I'll pick you up around 5 then.
Sounds good, man.
All right, later, man.
This might be the most dated part of the video from 2019. It even uses an older video screen to do FaceTime-esque video calls. Preparing dinner by hand is also a little bit outdated. It neglects the automation that's already jumping into our lives and making our lives easier through things like robots or cyber devices.
All his days, no matter what the odds, he had never run club of the man in the red sweater had beaten him into a more fundamental and primitive code. His circumstances would not change unless his approach did. He understood that you can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. I really like that. Eva, save that last line under inspirational quotes.
Saving to your inspirational quotes.
Sorry, we won't be reading books like that either. In a 2020 essay titled "We Are Entering the Singularity," Kurzweil said, "There are lots of books I'd like to read and websites I'd like to go to, and I find my bandwidth limiting. We'll be able to enhance our cognitive pattern recognition capabilities greatly, think faster, and download knowledge."
Good morning, Vance.
Morning, Eva. Hey, Eva. I've got a big day ahead. What's the most inspiring quote that I read last night?
Based on your serotonin levels, the most impactful quote was, "You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club."
It's an exciting concept, and it really gives some practical insights and ideas on how we might actually work with a brain-machine interface and how it might impact some very small parts of our lives. Obviously, imagination is going to be a whole lot bigger, and it's going to impact in much different ways in the next few years. As I spoke about in an earlier video about BMIs, Neuralink is currently an invasive BMI. It's the world's first in-brain wearable device. But there are several new alternatives now, including completely wireless solutions that use red light and near-infrared light to interface with the brain directly. I'm on the edge of my seat, ready for the next development in brain-machine interfaces. This one looked at Neuralink as a concept and how it might impact our lives in very small ways. I'm sure we'll see this broaden and broaden, and we'll actually need to come up with entirely new ways of being thanks to amplifying our intelligence through computing. The Memo is my in-depth newsletter. Join hundreds of paid subscribers, including readers from Microsoft and Google. Get special access to AI platforms, behind-the-scenes resources, and the latest AI news. lifearchitect.ai/memo.
Did you see the memo about this?
Yeah, I have the memo right here.